Okay, so continuing on with the bees, we have bedstraws. So bedstraws are also known as cleavers, which is the Galium family. Galium, I think in Ontario we have 13. Somebody's going to correct me on that. But there's quite a bit of species within this family. And so I kind of wanted to talk about maybe generally when we're looking at naming of different plants, there will be a whole family of plants that carries one name. Not too often will Anishinaabe differentiate between all of the different species within a family, but this one there appears to be. So bedstraws, I think, or this family of Galium has so many different types. I think one of the best ways that I could do it is that there's some that are sticky, which are the cleavers. They have these tiny little hooks on the leaf that make them stick to everything. And I think that when we're talking about the species within the Galium family that have this sticky quality to them, we will call those Zaiigadebowe or Zaiigadeniibiish or Zaiigadeniibiishes. Zaiigadeniibiishes is the way that we describe this, and so the like Ojibwe is something that's sticky, right? And so like mosquitoes, we will call them Zagime because they get stuck to your skin, and when they suck your blood, or our partners, we will call them Buzzagim because they're always stuck to our side. So Zug is when something is sticky. And Zaiigadebowe is a word that we use to describe burrs, like burdock, common burdock with the big golden color burrs, which really annoys me because that's an invasive species. It's from Europe. There's no indigenous species of burdock ever. It came over here and it stole the name. It stole the name Zaiigadebowe. So what do people call burdock? Zaiigadebowe. And yeah, this is super frustrating for me. It just scammed the name from. So this is the original, the OG Zaiigadebowe, or Zaiigadeniibiish. Zaiigadeniibiishes is some of the alternative sort of ways that we will describe it. So it really frustrates me when that happens. I think that it's really, really important for us throughout this process to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to be able to absolutely identify when a plant is native or invasive or alien species, because alien species can still be here and not be considered as invasive if they're not causing a problem. Burdocks are invasive. They're so common, maybe even more common than the cleavers. And so it's very easy for us to be able to remember burdocks as Zaiigadebowe, and really easy for us to forget the name of this Zaiigadebowe, the original Zaiigadebowe. So every time you're going through the forest, every time you see this plant, please just stop and acknowledge his name, Zaiigadebowe or Zaiigadeniibiish or Zaiigadeniibiishes, describing that sticky nature that it has. So that's one of the species, or not one of the species, but there's multiple out of the 13 to 18 different species of Galium we have here. This is the one that is sticky, or there's a couple of them that are sticky. Not all of them are sticky. There's some of them that have a little bit more of a pronounced flower or pronounced fruits, seeds. And so sometimes in some of the communities that we go to, it's Waabozmshkikiiminan. So Waabozmshkikiiminan. Waabos is a rabbit. Mshkiki is medicine, and minan is the fruits. So Waabozmshkikiiminan is describing maybe a possible connection between rabbits and this plant that I have not really observed or really spent any amount of time exploring. But that name is out there. It exists in so many of the communities that we go to, especially a little bit more in the north. Maybe that's working within some of the species in the Galium family that have the more pronounced fruits and flowers and seeds. Yeah, so there's a there's a third group within the Galium family that are really fragrant, and this has been super uncommon. Like with all of the names, I really need all of these names to be repeatedly reproducible everywhere that we go. So Zaiigadebowe or Zaiigadeniibiish, and then there is Waabozmshkikiiminan. This is something that we hear often, but there's one that I don't hear too often, but because we don't really see the Galium, the fragrant Galium, too often. These situations, by the way, are like when I'm doing a medicine walk somewhere, going on a medicine walk in an indigenous community somewhere, standing in with a group of people in front of a plant, and whenever we find one of the fragrant species of Galium, they have like one of them has like a really strong licorice type of smell, and a few times there's been community members that speak up and say, I know what that is, and so they'll say, so Ojibwe is the first part of the name. Ojibweweizhiiwan. Izhiiwan is the last part of the name, and I guess my lack of experience with the bedstraws. But Izhiiwan is describing something that's sour. So Ojibweweizhiiwan is the way that it was described. There's the three names for three groups within the huge family of Galium. Ojibweweizhiiwan, something that may have a sour sort of taste or experience attached to it. And then we have Waabozmshkikiiminan, rabbit's medicinal berries. And then we have Zaiigadebowe or Zaiigadeniibiish, the sticky one, the one that gets stuck or attached to you. Galium SPPs, the bedstraws, the cleavers. This is one of my favorite ideas, especially when you're talking about the original, the OG Zaiigadebowe. I think it's really important for us to spend a certain amount of time with these plants and acknowledge and let them know that we remember what their names are, and we won't let that happen again. Galliums. Na, chumigach, bama.